JTC, Jewish Tech Community, and we're the largest Jewish tech community based in Israel, founded in the early 2020, and is providing for the past several years an holistic solution for executives and tech founders globally. Our main focus is US, or basically North America, Latin America, Israel, and UK. And this chamber of communication provides a huge value for all our members. If you have any further questions about the community, you can reach me out personally. And most of you are already on our WhatsApp group. So really feel free to communicate via WhatsApp. I'll share my Calendly for any further questions and my email. And Omer, I think, it took me just a minute for the introduction. So Omer, take the lead.
Getting better at it. Brilliant. Let's do this. So hi everyone. Thank you for joining here today. So we're going to talk today about landing pages and a bit about conversion rates in general, and where do they fit within our marketing operations and our marketing strategy, and trying to give it some flavors to at least give you the basics of understanding how it works, what to look for, what to know. Then later on, when you need to develop such for yourselves, you have the tools to start dealing with this project and use it effectively. Now, a few words about myself. I have two small kids, married to the missus, who's an organizational consultant, and I'm also in Urdun. I'll assume nobody here knows what that is, so I'll just spell it out. Urdun is, Tomer, what is an Urdun?
Apol Tel Aviv fan. Apol Givitayim. Apol Ramat Gan fan. Sorry, Apol Ramat Gan. Sorry.
Thank you. Today I lead the product marketing for Bright Data, which is an Israeli company. It's in the business of web data collection. We develop the tools to help people collect web data at scale and for various purposes. And let's just make the most of our time. So we're going to talk today a bit about landing pages. Of course, we're going to talk about conversion rates. We're going to talk about the three aspects that go into a good, converting, and effective landing page, which is clarity, relevance, and focus. And if time permits, we'll talk a bit about how to test and iterate on it. So first of all, before we dive in, of course, what is a landing page? So a landing page, and by the way, at any point in time, you have the Q&A at the bottom and the chat. Better off in the Q&A because then it's easier to track. So just ping and it pops here and I'll see it. So let's make this as a conversation, as much of a conversation as possible. So a landing page is any web page where a visitor lands on, hence the name landing page. It's the first instance of your brand, of your product, of your company, of your service, of whatever that you're offering that they see, okay? After they click somewhere, right? It's a digital tool, so they need to get there somewhere. It's going to be an email, it could be an ad that they're seeing, maybe a QR code that they scan, it doesn't matter. But this is the first instance that they see and they land on. And the purpose of it in general, it's to convert them. Now, what does a conversion in this context mean? Broadly speaking, it can be one of two things, right? Either we convert them as a lead, what is known as lead generation, meaning I want to grab their information so I can contact them or do something with them at this certain point down the line, somewhere in the future, okay? Now, right, because up until that point in which they land, I do not know who they are, right? They're an IP address for me at best. This is the point in which I am actually able to capturing their information. That's the goal of this landing page. A second type of landing page will be to get them to take action, to buy something, to subscribe to something they can take as an immediate action and get a value in return. Sometimes there's some overlap between them, right? Everybody here today, you signed up for the webinar, right? So on the one hand, you potentially generated a lead, right? If this was a marketing activity there, but also you took an action to get value out of it. So there's always some overlap between the two, but in general, do I want to do something with that lead immediately? Or do I want to use it for some time down the line in the future? Now, so where does this fit within the overall sales and marketing funnel? So here I took, for the purposes of this, a very basic approach to look at the funnel. There are other models to do it. There's a model called ADA, awareness, intent, desire, action. There's a bunch of others. I took this one simply because it's simple and it helps us structure how we see it, right? But the idea of the funnel is what matters here, right? The idea that at the top of what's known as top of the funnel is what we see here on the left, right? On the awareness stage, right? There's a lot of people, potentially the world, right? Or the entirety of the relevant target audience for you, right? Many people. And we want them first to be aware of us as a company, as a brand, as a service, as whatever, right? Then we want to push them down the funnel. Now, as they move along, the herd, what's the opposite of thickens, right? People leave and we're left with higher intent people that are actually considering us. And then a few more down the funnel that are actually ready to make a decision. And somewhere at the end, there's a person with money to actually pay us their good money, hard-earned money for our services and or products and or whatever. That's as a general statement. Now, if we're talking about awareness, right? So this will be every effort. Now I'm tying this back to marketing efforts, okay? This will be any effort that gets people to notice us, to be aware of us, right? Imagine any activity around social, and imagine ads, and imagine us putting a booth at a conference, or just any effort that drives word of mouth, right? That's a huge marketing channel, word of mouth, right? All of these get people to hear of us, but what's important is that we don't know of them. They're passing by us at the booth, they're clicking our ads, but we don't know who they are at that point. They are aware of us. We are at best aware that somebody is out there, but we don't know anything about them. And we want to be able to communicate with them directly. Okay, that's where we put a lead generation landing page. Okay, now that can be eventually to drive them to sign up for our newsletters. Now we have their information, or to get something for free, get a free audit, a free consultation meeting, a free something to grab, just to grab them. It's not the end service that we're providing, but something to grab their attention. But it can also be sign up for our product. Okay. Once we're past that, once we're able to capture, now we want to help them actually consider us, because they came, there is some interest behind it, because the landing page is relevant for what it is that we do. We'll see some examples in a minute. I'm just trying to put this in the broad context so it gives us the frame to discuss. Then, as we go further down the funnel, we want to re-engage them again and again, right? So we have ads again, what's known as retargeting or remarketing, right? Serving people that visited your ads with more specific ads, right? You know how you visit a certain website and then their ads chase you all around? That is it, right? Because it's a way to take people that are already aware of you and try and bring them quickly back because they're already higher intent. A newsletter can be a great way, right? To always stay top of mind, right? Every once in a while, I send them an email. So if and when they are in the market, I can convert them. And or talk about marketing, and eventually I wanted to take action towards basically adding something to their cart, buying it, signing up for my service, and eventually I obviously want their money. Again, all of this is just to give us a frame of reference to understand where landing pages fit. There are crucial steps in our ability to eventually convert people, right? If I am a what is based on foot traffic? I sell oranges at the market, right? I don't need a landing page because I rely on the fact that people just walk by and come to me, and that's it. But if I'm in a more of a buying decision that requires a process, that requires consideration, that requires alternatives that I need to capture, maybe they are researching it now and the decision will be tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, then this is a way for me to basically bring the herd, grab information, move on so I can take this forward. Now, every step I described here has a conversion rate, okay? Roughly speaking, just to put this in perspective, in terms of, I don't know, B2B product, right? Like B2B software, right? Like Monday or Slack or whatever, okay? Usually out of every 100 people here that are already aware of me, maybe one will be a customer. Okay, that's conversion rates. Why do conversion rates matter? Because conversion rates eventually also mean how much it's going to cost me to acquire a customer. If I spend $100 on ads here, so people will see them, and eventually I have one customer coming out of this campaign, right? Then my cost of acquisition, called CAC, customer acquisition cost, CAC, is $100. Potentially, it's amazing. If I'm selling something for $5, maybe not so amazing. If I'm selling something for $500, super amazing. I have 5 times the ROI. Let's double down on this activity and pour more money in, because for every dollar I put in, I make 5. Okay. Again, these are very broad assumptions just to illustrate the point and where this fits in the overall process. Now, so I have impressions. I spend money on this for the ads, and from here on, I get people to visit. I want them to turn into a lead. Lead will be somebody I already have the information of, so I can try and bring them to be visitors again in my website. Maybe the newsletter brings them that back to my website, and then, or to a conference I'm holding, or to this webinar, right? And eventually turn into opportunities and become customers. And the idea is very simple, right? There's conversion rates, and they're usually predictable to a certain degree, but they change between activities. The most important thing is this: every step in the process that I improve the conversion rate, the rate, right? If out of every 100 people here, have 10 people here that become leads, 5 become opportunities, 1 becomes customer, right? If I improved any conversion rate along the process, I improved the bottom line cost of acquisition. Okay. If I improve, so from out of every 100 people, not 10 become leads, but 20 become leads, I improve the conversion rate from 10% to 20%. It means my cost of acquisitions that just became half. Okay. So as far as we're concerned, it doesn't matter which part of the funnel we improve, as long as we make incremental improvements to lower the CAC. So our cost of acquisition becomes solid in terms of the return on investment, the ROI. Again, this is just the foundations to make sure that we now can talk about landing pages and how they convert and their role in a way that is data-driven and relevant to the bottom line. But before that, pop quiz. Which is better, a 3.4 conversion rate at a certain step of the funnel, or a 2.2? You have the chat, you have the Q&A. Which is it? Which is better? There's the obvious answer, and there's the sophisticated answer. Depends on CAC. That's a good answer. That is a very good answer. So thank you, Sneer, for sharing that perspective. It depends on CAC, but before, it depends on the cost of the product as well. But I'll challenge this differently. So first of all, the answer is, well, is 3.4 better? Yes, but actually no, right? Because it comes down eventually to CAC, okay? And different efforts will have different conversion rates, or we'll see different intents coming from them, okay? So which means that maybe this activity converts more, but at the bottom line, they convert less to customers. So this one will convert from 100 visitors to 20, right? But then they'll drop off more because we created the false expectations, right? I maybe on this landing page, I put a huge banner of 50% off, which I'm not going to give them. And then when they come to the checkout, they don't see it and they get disappointed and go away. So I improve the conversions, but at the bottom line, I lost the customers. So we always want to see conversion rates go up, but as long as it's consistent and remains. What we'll see sometimes is that, okay, I converted more people at this point, but then they drop off less afterwards, and the net effect of it becomes 0. So it doesn't, what we want to see, conversion that is consistent across the funnel. Okay, thank you, Sneer and Avi, appreciate it. Now let's start talking about landing pages. And the obvious question at this point is to be, okay, why a landing page and not simply send them to my homepage? Now, before I'll show some examples, I'll say this differently. Sometimes we might also send them to the homepage. Might be good enough. It might be relevant enough. Sometimes our homepage will de facto be or behave as if it's a landing page. But what we'll do now, we'll show a very mature product. We'll explain the differences, and then we'll unfold this backwards, right? So for example, let's imagine I'm searching for a collaboration software. I have a team. I want to collaborate. Okay. And obviously Slack, I'm sure many of you here are familiar with Slack. If not, Slack is it's like, think of it like a WhatsApp for business. It's like an internal company communication platform where you can share, have conversations and share files and do collaborative work. And it's very nice and integrates with all of the systems and whatever. On the left, we have the landing page. Okay? A simple, pleasant, and productive way to collaborate, to connect your team, set up projects, and collaborate over chat, voice, and video. Slack makes it easier to collaborate with the people that work with you. Get started and look at this lovely picture and the logos. Made for people, built for productivity. Get started. Okay, we already start seeing a lot of differences. Okay, now when we're looking at the left, okay, we're seeing, you know what? You guys have the chat. You tell me what are the differences? Someone you can also join.
I'll join as well.
Yeah. What are the differences? Why is the landing page, and obviously I'm advocating that a landing page in this case is better and more suitable for what is happening here.
Okay, so if the difference between the two is homepage would provide you a broader information about the brand and the activities, product, versus a landing page that will be very specific and push you into call to action, very focused on converting you and providing you the strongest value, focused. I mean, laser focused to convert a specific segment, and each different segment will have a different landing page and different marketing activity, which means a landing page has to be a laser focus on call to action and conversion and provide the strongest value for a specific segment.
Brilliant. So there's a lot of different elements in what you just said. We'll start breaking it down. I see Avi also talked about the trigger to action. And let's take this at face value. Now let's imagine I'm a CEO of a small team or a company and I want to find collaboration software and I land on Slack's homepage. Now follow me, okay? Made for people, built for productivity. What do you do? I don't know Slack for that matter. What do you do? What is made for people? Every product that is supposed to be used by people is made for people. What is built for productivity? What did you build? I don't know what you built. I don't know what your product does. Right? I'm looking here and I see something with the hashtag Project Gizmo Team Marketing. What? By definition, you're sending me to start browsing around. Look at how many options I have. I can look at your features and your solutions. And am I an enterprise? What's the enterprise? And resources. What price of what? Talk to sales. What? What do you want? I want a collaboration. So are you a collaboration software, Mr. Website? I don't know. I don't know if Slack, by this point, if it's a collaboration software. Now look on the left. A simple, pleasant, and productive way to collaborate. Okay, I don't yet know what you do, but you're saying the right words. It's about collaboration. It's a way to collaborate, and it's a simple and pleasant way. I want it to be simple and pleasant. Okay. Connect your team, set up projects, and collaborate over chat, voice, and video. Okay, I'm going to talk to people here. I'm going to communicate. Slack makes it easier to collaborate with the people you work with. Okay, it's really collaborative. It's for teams. I can chat with them. I can use voice. I can set up shared projects. Okay, I get, this is what I was looking for. Okay, get started. If I wasn't sure, I can see here and I see, oh, okay, they're talking to each other. He joined and he's asking him a question. He's answering, he's sharing something. The visual shows me the experience of using the product. I get it. Look at on the right, look on the left. Now, it's not because Slack are not some of the probably one of the best marketing teams in the world. It's because their homepage serves a lot of different things for a lot of different use cases, for a lot of different types of organization, in a lot of different scenarios, and it's one for all. So it can't, master of all, the jack of all trades, master of none, or whatever it's called. They can't address what I specifically need on that. But they can when they have a dedicated landing page. So the ad I got served and I was looking for collaboration software took me to a landing page exactly about this use case. Okay, we're good so far? I imagine you're all nodding. Okay, what else do we have here? So we have the focus of the message and it's relevant for me and what I was looking for. Also, it's the nuances. Here, there's only one thing I can do. Again, I'm putting aside what do I want to scroll down. There's only one action I can take. Get started. Here, Yes, I also have Get Started, but I have Talk to Sales, sign in, I have a search engine, I can visit pricing, I can drop down the menu of resources and see the wealth of stuff that is there, and you get the idea. I have so many places and routes I can take from this point onwards, I can easily get lost. But let's remind, I want to improve conversion rates. I want to focus all of that intent energy that the person is coming with because I have intent. I'm looking for collaboration software. And what they need to do is to harvest all of that intent and bring me to sign up as fast as possible. Otherwise, I get lost and find a dozen other collaboration software and be done with it. That's a landing page. That's the energy that I want to channel, and I want to remove any distractions and be as relevant and focused and clear as possible, okay, to convert. So we had the call to action, which is simple, clear, just one, not 5 different ones, just one. Tailored content for the specific audience. In this case, that was me looking for collaboration. So I got very specific content around that. Immediate, clear benefit statement. Yes. Minimal distractions. Yes. Nowhere to navigate and get lost. Yes. Another advantage, we don't see it here, but it's easier to test and optimize. Right? You don't change your website homepage all the time and see changes. Here, they can change the copy, run 1,000 people in, see the differences, and move on with a better version if they found, or roll back to the same one. So it's a good investment in terms of our ability to optimize. It's clear, it's relevant, it's focused. Now, you know what? Let's do a small test. Collaboration software. Collaborate in real time. And simple, pleasant. Let's look for something else Slack does. Team communication apps. Thank you, Slack, for hopping in. Okay, there we go. Remember this page? Okay, that's the original one we had when I was searching for collaboration, right? Now look at this one when I was looking for team communications. It's the exact same page, but the age one is different because I was searching for something different and I wanted to serve me with something very specific. Okay, that's the difference. And here, instead of collaborate, it says communicate. You can see that when I switch. Almost the entire text, but instead of collaborate, my intent is communicate, they highlight that. That's it. That's a separate landing page for that bucket of keywords, for that bucket of intent. Sure, if we scroll down, we'll see some other differences. Collaboration app built for your business, all your communication and chat needs all in one place. And the text below is the same. It's literally the same landing page, different titles. That's it. But it echoes what I was originally looking for. As I said, smart team at Slack. They know what they do. Go. Let's talk a bit. So the first value that we want to be talking about and focusing is the idea of clarity and how do we achieve that. If there's one thing to take from here in general, forget everything else I say, is this: clarity beats cleverness all the time, every day of the week. That's it. No more superlatives. It just is. We always want to sound clever. We think of Mad Men. We think about clever and cool, catchy phrases and terms and concepts. And no, no. Be very clear. Talk in plain English to people that don't know you. They don't want you to be cute and clever. They want you to explain to them very succinctly and simply what it is the fuck that you do. Just say it out loud. We're a collaboration app for blah. Not the ultimate way to collaborate as a team. No. Clearly, that's it. Clarity takes cleverness all the time. Remember that, and you're already halfway through when it comes to winning in conversion rates and in landing pages. And yet, let's move on.
One question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I know that the majority of the tech founder, especially in the beginning of the way, I mean, either before a revenue or post revenue, but not product market fit, which means like some traction, but not focused traction, actually aim for a very large segment. For example, as a SaaS business, I would like to get to ARR as fast as possible because my resources are limited, right? So if I invest in landing pages and marketing, I want to convert this traffic into revenue ASAP. Makes sense, right?
Okay, so far.
But what happens if I aim too broad, too wide?
Yeah.
How does it collaborate with the product and the value that I provide for each segment? I mean, remember, I'm talking about an MVP or a beta that is very limited and provided a specific value. I mean, if I'm aiming for a B2C audience or a B2B like agencies or enterprises, it will look different. Their need will be different. So I would like you to say a few words in that subject because I know that the majority of the founders here are dealing with this, struggling basically with the same idea. Do I advertise for everyone? Is it even possible? Would I convert? And so on. Please go ahead.
So, in a way, landing page is a very effective way to deal with that dissonance, right? What we saw now is a good result for Slack, right? Different messages for different audiences go there, right? We can also use when we're not certain of what we do. Okay, so I can have a landing page that I believe to be more suited for enterprises and for that specific buyer. This landing page that aims at the procurement guy that I want to tackle, and this one talks to the head of IT. Maybe this one talks to the head of marketing because I have different buyers or part of it, and I can direct different messages to them. So landing pages can actually be a very effective way to take the same instead of sending them to the same website that has all maybe different sections for this, for IT, for this, which can be confusing and requires them to work, I give them a slimmed down version with only what's relevant for them. So landing pages can actually be very effective in helping us to bridge that gap until we see what converts better and what works, and also iterate on it, of course. That will be my best answer for that.
Thank you. But of course, it has to be very precise for the product. I mean, if you advertise for enterprise, but your product does not fit enterprise because you don't have an admin or you don't have a specific dashboards because it fits B2C, it doesn't matter what your landing page will look like or what you're advertising or what you aim for. It just, it won't convert.
Of course, at the end of the day, there's a product underlying it and a service to be provided, and yet, right, we can always say that sometimes, sign up for the waiting list, beta. So the specific funnels can go to something that just gauges the market and tests it, okay, or sometimes take the same landing page, right, for enterprise. One time, add a section that says, coming soon or in beta, closed beta, talk to us about this specific admin feature that you mentioned, and one that doesn't, and see if it changes anything. Again, it's not always the most exact science because it requires significant traffic, but if that traffic exists and you can direct it, it can teach you a lot, even before they even enter your application or talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're on clarity. Remember, clarity over cleverness. We'll always remember that. Confusion is the conversion killer. People come in, they want to know. It's like, don't give me any headaches. Don't give me anything that will get me stressed and I need to make decisions. And I want to direct me to what I need to read. I'll read through it and I'll make a decision. Make it easy for them. It needs to be simple. Here, this is the action, and done. I'm out. Anything which is confusing gets people lost. They drop off because they don't make me think, right? Now, another important assumption is the concept of tabula rasa, right? Assume they know nothing, okay? Assume when they're coming into your landing page that they know nothing about you, your brand, your product, your services, whatever. Nothing, nor do they care. They care about themselves, their intent, what they know, what they are looking for, what matters to them. you do not matter to them. We want to believe that we matter to them because we're startup founders and we love ourselves, our technology, our product, the disruption we're going to bring to the market. They do not care. They looked for something, or they heard of something. Yes, I heard about this company, and they want to check it out. Now, we need to assume they know nothing and we need to serve them accordingly. We need to make sure that we are bringing them up to speed as fast as possible on what this is, who we are, what we do, how we're different, and nothing more. Because don't make me think, don't confuse me. Make it super simple. Okay? We need to capture the intention, deliver the main message. That's it. Okay? Explain very clearly what you're offering, how it's different, why it matters. You don't even need all three if it's good enough. Remember, clarity. Okay? The minimal amount of something to grab their information if it's relevant. Again, this is more of a lead generation landing page. And sometimes maybe add something more, right? Before we lost them, just maybe something, maybe a couple of, check the boxes of 99.9 uptime and this a free trial and something else just to get them, okay, maybe. That's it, right? Well, where do we have them? Let's see if they meet this criteria. We come in, we know nothing about Slack. You know what? Let's take something else. Tomer, give me an idea of something you searched recently, like something in our space, like a type of software, type of something.
Go for Platico.
What is Platico? No, I don't want a brand name. I want like a category of products. Give me a
category of products. Let's go to fintech.
Fintech, payments. Okay. What's that?
Payments.
Global payments. Yeah. Exactly. Global payments app. Yeah. Global payments app. Global payments apps. Yeah. Deal. Okay. I know nothing. I know I need to deliver global payments. I know nothing about deal. I don't care about them. I don't know the slightest bit about them.
I doubt it. You know one thing. They pay a lot of money for Google because they're first one sponsored.
I know they're paying a lot of money. Yes. Thank you for that one. Yes. Okay. Let's see. What did they tell me? Global payroll, you'll be pleased to use. Okay, can run in minutes. It's another promise, right? We'll get you up started very quickly. It's not going to take you long. Ensure your international team gets paid quickly with the best in-house global payroll for direct employees, whatever EOR means, and contractors. It's the seamless experience you and your team deserve in one place. A bit too much, but in these cases, it's sometimes better to be a bit too much than a bit too little because I don't know them. So now that I've read this, what do I know about them? I know that they are dealing with global payroll. Again, assuming I'm target audience, it means something to me probably. You'll be pleased to use. I'm assuming that these are not always the pleasant software, okay? You can get started quickly. It's irrelevant for people that have international teams, right? If I don't have an international team, I probably don't need it. In-house for direct Yofi. It's the seamless experience, blah, blah, just fluff means nothing. You and your team deserve another fluff, one place, another fluff. 24/7 support. That's actually quite important because I'm in an international team. If my team has a problem in Vietnam, I want them to be able to get quick support. And I like this one here, right? We're good, right? We got good scores and good reviews in a lot of places. You can trust us. It's important, right? Remember that thing at the bottom I said? This is it, right? You can trust us. We're the legit thing. And I really like what they did here, okay? Well, half of it. We'll understand why, but first name, last name, company website, how many people work, very clean form, right? Very little question. They don't interrogate me. But the difference is here it says get started, which is what I want. I want a free trial. And here it calls out book a demo. There's some mismatch here. Looks like some oversight. And then there's so much more information that I don't care about because 50% of the people, if not 70% of the people, if this didn't hit a nerve, are out the door right there and then. Okay. So capture attention and convey main message. I think they did well. They explained again, I think a bit too wordy, but they explained what it is and what they do. But they used this space for a form where they could have used it for some image that explains it better. They could have used this place for a screenshot of the product or maybe something interactive. They could have used this space. It's wasted space to put the form here. Okay. All they wanted was our work email. They could just take it here and enrich all of that data later. They don't care about my name. All they want is the information. They can book a meeting. You could have made this there and book a demo here, and the Calendly form pops up, and I book it. They wasted a lot of good space in the hero. This section of the landing page called the hero. It's a lot of wasted space that could have been used to deliver more information to me about this tool and what it does. This is about the hero, and I remind you that we came here from the idea of tabula rasa. I know nothing. I don't care about you, your product, your character, nothing. I know my intent. I know what I'm looking for. Can you help me? Can you explain to me in what is this here? 30, 40 words or less, what it is that you're doing, and let me decide if this is relevant for me and if I want to pursue it. Now, I like to look at this. There is a scrolling down, right? So use as little words as possible to convert. Don't make me think. If you didn't make the case, but I sense maybe there's something here, maybe I do together, I have some doubts, I have that, I'll scroll more. So give me a few more words and try again. Another call to action. Right? I'm sure they did that. Let's see if they did it. Right? I didn't book a demo here. I'm scrolling down. Okay, another testimonial. Up, request a demo. Another one. Okay, not enough. I'll scroll a bit more. Request a demo. Another. I'll try again. Every time, try again. Try again. Try again. Okay, that's how a good landing page works. It gives me a bit more information and tries again. Okay, unmatched global fluff. Right? Remember cleverness, unmatched global payroll. If you can read the sentence you wrote, right, and read it with this tone of global payroll expertise, it's a bad sentence. Be simple. Be clear. Clarity beats everything. In-house payroll experts. Okay, I understand you have experts in-house. I get that. Reliably fast support. Okay, you promise your support is fast. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of structure, that's what we need to have. They know nothing. What's the minimal amount of words that I can use to convert them? I didn't, but they scroll down, which means they're still interested in learning more. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Always try to get them to buy. Another way to look at the same idea is to think of your visitor as a skeptic. Okay, he read your hero, he did not convert. Something is still bothering him. He has something in mind, right? So something still isn't right, right? Otherwise, he would have left. If it's not relevant, he would have left. If he's scrolling down, yes, tell me a bit more. Okay, so once we have it, now okay. Imagine he has objections and we're counteracting them. Yes, but it's probably very hard to get started. Oh, section about instant onboarding, because I know people are concerned that it will take me it's very complicated to onboard. But it's probably expensive. Again, I'm making this is what this company did. It may be expensive. Let's give them a very specific promise on why it's the best price per performance, it's the most cost effective, and explain a bit why. Okay. And of course, testimonials and logos are there to serve that when people still have doubt. Right? So sometimes it's good to spread them out on the page. That's something I think the friends here at Dill did very nicely, right? You had all of this up here. Then when you scroll, you got all of these. Then you got another one from G2 and another testimonial and another set of testimony of words that they got, right? And look at it, right? So let's look at it from that eyes, right? Okay, they explain. I understand it's relevant. I want to learn more. The only pair with everything you need for everyone. General fluff. This is a waste of space, but okay, let's move on. Unmatched expertise. Okay, they're selling the company, not the product, but okay, they're telling me about their experts and the support, maybe. So they didn't handle my objection. Maybe my objection is around price. Let's give you the prices up front and what you're going to get and start unfolding this. Overall, I don't think they did an amazing job, but let's see if Slack did a better job. Build for your business. Fluff. Okay, I can use it on the go. Maybe that was my concern. Can I use this on the go, or is it just on my mainframe or whatever? Okay. Again, this is clever, right? This is cleverness. I need to understand and deduce that they're talking about a mobile app. Just tell me you have a mobile app, right? The best communication mobile app in the market. Okay, I get that. That I know. This is clever and cutesy and not helpful at all. A collaboration platform made for any size. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. A call to action. This is a biggie. A call to action is a very important term, um, which, as the name indicates, is the phase in which we call them to action. We tell them, here's what you need to do. We need to be very, very clear on two things, okay? What are they expected to give? Because there's never something free. They need to give us their information. They're paying with their personal information. That's payment, right? Think of yourself and you need to just insert your email for something, right? You're paying with your information, okay? And what they're going to get in return. So that trade-off needs to be the best offer you can make them at this point, and the most relevant one, right? They exchange their information for something, okay? What's their motivation? What are they looking for? Think really long and hard. Learn more is a very bad call to action unless it does. Again, I'm talking about call to action that requires them to input their information. If it's within a website and it just takes them to a different page, it's a great call to action to learn more. When if I need to capture the information, no one will leave their information to learn more. They would leave their information to book a demo, to watch a video. Also, probably not. Watch a demo, you would expect it to be free. You don't need